Reports of violent crime soar in Santa Clarita. Hello, I'm Ryan Haslam with your SCV Newsbreak for Wednesday, July 11th. Violent crime across the Santa Clarita Valley is up almost 45% in the first half of 2012 compared to the first half of last year. The increase is led by a 158% increase in forcible rape. Throughout Los Angeles County, the total number of crimes are down in the first half of this year, but the SCV saw an increase of 12.8% in all violent and property crimes. Deputies are asking for the public's help in finding an attempted kidnapping suspect. SCV TV first told you about this developing story Tuesday. Investigators now have released a composite sketch of the suspect who tried to grab a young girl waiting to be picked up from Valencia High School Monday evening. He's described as 5'10" male Hispanic, around 40 years old and 250 pounds, with brown eyes and slick-back brown hair. He also has severe acne scars and a dark complexion. The suspect was last seen driving a red 90s Toyota pickup with no hubcaps, dark tinted windows, and the word Toyota written in white letters across the tailgate. Now our report from the City Council. In a unanimous vote by the Santa Clarita City Council approved a lease for a new community center in Canyon Country. The center will be housed in a new nearly 4,000 square foot building on Sierra Highway and is planned to be open before the end of the year. And Santa Clarita has some new commissioners. Councilman Bob Keller nominated the current commissioners, Charles Heffernan for the Planning Commission, Dwayne Hardy for the Parks Commission, and John Dow for the Arts Commission, and Spencer Leafdale for the Open Space, Financial Accountability, and Audit Panel. Councilwoman Lorraine West nominated Susan Orloff to fill the remaining 2 years of a vacancy on the Open Space Panel. Tim Ben Boydston nominated Diane Troutman for Planning, Alan Ferdman for Parks, Valerie Thomas for Arts, and Jim Farley for Open Space. But Boydston's nominations of Ferdman and Thomas died for lack of a second. Boydston is expected to make new nominations in August. So who really is in control of the City of Santa Clarita library system? Councilman Tim Ben Boydston claims the public was misled into thinking the Board of Library Trustees would be run by citizens. But last year, the council voted to temporarily appoint themselves as the trustees until the end of this month. But then last night, the council voted to extend the library committee terms of council members Bob Keller and Lorraine West through June 2015. And to make sure that Los Angeles County isn't going down the path to bankruptcy behind three other cities, Stockton, Mammoth Lakes, and San Bernardino, Supervisor Mike Antonovich has asked the county's CEO to report back to the board on how the fiscal practices of Los Angeles County compared to the city of Stockton, which was the first to declare its insolvency. Antonovich feels that Stockton's pattern of borrowing and bond indebtedness without adequate reserves could serve as an example of budget practices the county should avoid. Well, now for your weather. You knew it was hot, but just how hot? It reached 105 today in Santa Clarita. It was 107 yesterday. And along with the soaring heat comes extremely high fire danger. A red flag warning is in effect. More triple digits are expected through Friday, with a high of 106 degrees expected on Thursday. Temperatures are expected to start calming down over the weekend, but until things cool down, avoid the heat by visiting city and county cooling centers. Those are at the Senior Center and Valencia and Canyon Country libraries. Staying inside with air conditioning, drinking lots of water, and avoiding strenuous outdoor activity is advised. We now have Stephen K. Peoples here with us to give us our entertainment report. Stephen?
Well, thanks, Ryan. This Saturday afternoon from 1 to 4:30 at Hart Park in Newhall, you can catch the first Viva La Salsa Festival. It's staged by the SCV Latino Chamber of Commerce and Friends of Hart Park. It's a free event for all ages and includes live music by special guests Aries and Sully's Franco, plus Latin dancing and gourmet food trucks. Get more info at the SCV Festival Viva La Salsa Facebook event page. On Saturday night, the City of Santa Clarita's Summer Concerts in the Park series continues with Led Zepp again, as the band pays tribute to the music of Led Zeppelin. It's also the last time you'll see or hear guitarist Steve Zukowski playing Jimmy Page's licks here in Santa Clarita. Steve has announced he's leaving Zepp again soon after 10 years with the band. Showtimes at Central Park is at 7 o'clock. And get more info at zupagain.com. If that's not your style, it's also open mic night Saturday from 5:30 to 8:30 at the Stage Door at Keyboard Galleria in Canyon Country. If you're a performer and you have a couple of new songs you'd like to try out in front of an audience, here's your big chance. The room's small and intimate, and Stage Door provides all the gear, even a guitar or piano if needed. You can also be part of the audience. Either way, it's free for all ages. To sign up to play, email jason@keyboardgalleria.com. And you'll find lots more local entertainment news 24/7 at hometownstation.com, scvnews.com, and my blog, peoplesplace.com. That's the SCV Entertainment Minute. I'm Stephen K. Peoples, and back to you, Ryan.
All right, thank you, Stephen. An effort of many agencies in LA County and the film industry are working together to ease the permit process for shooting films in the Southland. The effort has resulted in a proposed model film ordinance and best practices that will streamline the permit process and keep industry jobs in California. Companies filming in Santa Clarita in fiscal 2011 pumped more than $21 million into the local economy, and the trend is growing. In Southern California, filming accounts for 177,000 jobs and $30 billion in spending just in Southern California alone. That's all we have for tonight. For more Santa Clarita news, log on to hometownstation.com or scvnews.com. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ryan Haslam.